Toby's vintage train.
At last, Victoria was ready. The Fat Controller came to see her. "Edward will take you to Thomas's Junction," he said. "Then go with Thomas to meet Toby and Henrietta, who will work with you." Victoria's wheels hummed happily along the rails. "It's wonderful to be running again," she thought. Edward introduced her to Boko at his own station, and they soon reached Thomas's Junction. Thomas and the Fat Controller were waiting for them. Thomas's driver was amazing at the change in Victoria. "I hope you feel better," the Fat Controller told her. "You certainly look better than you did when we first saw you." "I feel wonderful. Thank you, sir," smiled Victoria. Victoria was coupled behind Annie and Clarabelle, and they set off up the valley. At the station by the river, an inspector met them. "Terence is in trouble," he said. "I'll ride in your cab, Thomas, but we must go carefully until we know what has happened." A little later along the line, Terence's owner was building a barn. The lane to the barn ran along the top of the cutting, just outside the tunnel. That afternoon, Terence had been pulling a trailer load of stone for the barn, when a boulder had fallen into the lane from the verge. Terence swerved towards the edge of the cutting to avoid the boulder, and of course, the trailer followed. Suddenly, the trailer's wheels hit a muddy patch and slid sideways towards the railway. The weight of the stone dragged the trailer further over the edge. Terence tried to hang on, but the trailer broke away and bounced down the steep hill towards the railway. Luckily, there was a large bush on the cutting side. The trailer ran into it and stopped, balancing dangerously. The heavy stone tumbled down the slope and landed beside the rails with a crash. "Thomas's train is due!" gasped Terence. His owner ran to telephone a warning at the station. His call was just in time. With the inspector in his cab, Thomas moved cautiously along the line. By the time they reached the place of the accident, the farmer had managed to fasten the trailer so that it would not move. The inspector made sure that the building stones had not damaged the rails. "Okay," he told Thomas's driver as he climbed back into the cab. "Proceed with caution, please, and drop me at the next signal box so I can report what has happened." Thomas and the inspector reached the top station safely and found Toby and Henrietta waiting for them. Victoria and Henrietta liked each other at once and soon became the best of friends. "There cannot be any railway," announced the Fat Controller, "who can run a complete train of stock as old as Toby, Henrietta and Victoria. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you 3 cheers for Toby's vintage train. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! I am very proud of all 3 of you, and I know you'll be a real credit to me." Now Victoria is as happy as can be. She helps Henrietta to take workmen to and from the quarry, and at other times you will see her with Thomas, Annie and Clarabelle running happily along the valley. She knows she is very lucky. "It's much better than being a summer house in the orchard," she sometimes thinks to herself. "It's great to be useful again." I think we know for sure, can't we, that Victoria will be useful for many years to come.